Okay, so what we've already talked about is linking to your case law and to outside websites in Word. We've talked about what you want to have in your PDF documents. Now we're going to talk about case lines, okay? So let me just get ready to case lines, because case lines is, I guess, where the magic happens, right? When we
every judge right now is thanking you, Dan, for putting this on.
You're our hero.
either they're thanking me or they're cursing me because I'm telling people the wrong thing to do. So I just want to keep that in mind. Please double check what I'm saying, because I find that the direction is difficult to navigate. What the judges want is difficult to navigate out there, and I've done it. Like I've been in front of some judges who really like it this way, but I'm concerned that maybe other judges don't like it that way or like it a different way, and I'm just busy aggravating them right now. So double check.
Let's just assume that the judges you were in front of are not anomalies.
Let's hope, or else I'm toast, just like you guys listening to what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to now share case lines with you. So here I'm in case lines. I'm in a case, the same case that we've sort of been working with throughout this video. Now I want to link in case lines. Well, first of all, I want to upload in case lines. Okay, so let's do that first, because there's two ways to upload a document, especially a document like a motion record. Okay, so when we want to upload our motion record, and I'm not going to actually do that here because everyone else in this case is going to be emailed and all these different things. So I'm just going to sort of show you how it goes without clicking everything. We're going to go to the sections area up here, if you can see that. Now, I want to upload a file. So I want to upload my motion record, okay? So here I go, I upload it. And in this box down here is where you're going to drag and drop your motion record, or you can browse through your computer or whatever it is. Now, if you see here, this orange, that says upload file, that means that you're going to upload your file, your PDF. If you upload a PDF this way, it's just going to be a flat, well, it's not going to be flat. That's sort of a technical PDF term. It's just going to be a PDF, okay? Your bookmarks will be lost, the ones that we talked about a minute ago. The bookmarks on the side of the page that everyone, I said, is the better way to do it, and that everyone sort of naturally goes to, will be gone poof. Case lines does not save those for you, okay? Your bookmark, your links will remain, okay? So when we talk about the links in the index, they should remain, okay? So you will then be able to click that way, okay? But if you have a motion record with a lot of tabs, it's not the best way to do it. From what I've been told by judges, they don't like it that way. What they want to see is your motion record be divided into tabs in sort of the side of case lines, okay? So what I mean by that is I'm going to open up another link in case lines. This is the review. So if you see here, I have my motion record, and then each tab in the motion record is its own separate link in the side of case lines, right? So if I want to go to tab 4 of case lines, I don't have to go to my index here. I can go to just tab 4 here, right? And it'll take me to it, right? So that's the way that I've been told that they want to do that. So I guess there's two ways to do that. One, you could upload each tab separately, which is not a very good idea, and I don't recommend do that. The other way is you select this guy that says upload bookmark PDF into a single section. So when you click this, and you pull in your PDF document that we talked about before with all those tabs on the side, all those tabs will automatically be split into case lines for you, okay? So that way, when you go in there, you'll see I have all my tabs that are there, all my bookmarks. That's what it'll be.
And
right?
Can you mention the case line page number with the bookmarks? Like, can you show us those numbers that are
right?
important?
So as you can see at the end of each of these links that they've given us, and at the top of the page, you have a page number, A64, right? So my original motion record that I uploaded, that I had, I guess, in paper or in PDF, would have called this page 24. But on case lines, it's now A64.
Yeah.
This is the case line page number wins. This is the page numbers you need to work with now. right? So the tabs will tell you, well, this tab is A44 to A55. This is A56 to A63. But when you tell the judge, I want to take you to page A64, that's when I want to take them to this page, this Tribunals Ontario page. I don't say go to page 24 anymore. That page doesn't exist. I go to say go A64, right? And what the judge is going to do is he's going to go up here. He's going to go to find page, and he's going to type in A64, and he's going to come here, or it's just for demonstration. It'll type A100, and then it'll take him to the page, right? So that's what we want to do when we upload, because we will get those tabs that are separate. It's navigable, but now you got to learn these. Okay, you got to learn these page numbers to move around. Okay, but
that is really helpful, showing us the page numbers and the proper button to use for uploading.
Right, but we're not done.
Okay.
Because hyperlinking there's still something else that we can do that's very helpful for a judge or for anyone else. Okay. Now let's say I want to link in my factum. Here's my factum. I'm just taking some random page in it. Right. So we talked about how in Word, we put in these cases, right? Is there a case here? Let's try a different page. We hyperlinked in these cases, right? We talked about that in Word. Our cases are still hyperlinked. These links will still work. But if I want to go somewhere in the motion record, if I've linked somewhere in the motion record, I'm going to scroll down again to find another one like this. So here, I mean, this is linked too, but I'm just going to use this example. JMR in this case stands for joint motion record. So I want to go to joint motion record, tab 4, page A76. Now, the judge could do something here. He could go to the find and type in A78. Sorry, I said 76, A78, and it'll take him there. Or he could look like Heather, you pointed out before on the side here, and try to find the best link to click, which would be in here somewhere, and find it, right? Or we could create a link right from here to that page, right? Which I think is important, right? So what we're going to do that is we're going to go back to our Caselines page. We're going to click index, okay? Now we're going to find a document that we want. Let's say it's the factum here. Click view. And we're going to go to the page that we wanted to. So I didn't pay attention to this, but you'll have to pay. It was the link we wanted to have was on page 8 of the factum. So let's say we want to go to page A65 here, right? So we're going to go hyperlink. We're going to go down to where we want to put it. Add a hyperlink to this page. Okay. Call it, link to whatever it is. And now we're going to find where we want. So it'll be in the section A. It'll be in tab, I don't know, whatever we want to go. So it'll be tab this, and then the page number. The problem is when you do it this way, the page number isn't A65 anymore. It's actually the page number that Caselines is going to give it. If you see at the top of the page, you see at the top of the page, anyway, at the top of the page, there's going to be a page number for each section, and that's what Caselines is asking you for. And then you can put in a link, you click save, and that will be a link in Caselines to go from one Caselines document or page to another Caselines document or page.
In your factum, you have reference to the Caseline page numbers. Is that because you uploaded your material first and then you filed your factum after?
No, so what we did in this was we actually uploaded it and then we edited it so that we would know the Caselines page numbers, and then we went back in, got them, put it back up.
And did you have to refile your factum then, or was okay?
No, no, because I mean, that's a good question that I've never really considered. I don't think that's something to think about. Is this a substantial change to your factum or a change at all to your factum that you need to refile it? But in our case, we were actually directed by the court to put it in case lines first. This is an appeal motion. We had a very specific set of guidance from the judge that said upload to case lines first and then file. Okay, so it doesn't actually matter to us, but that is a good thing to think about when you're doing this that way. And I haven't done the links yet, right? But like when I'm done this, because this case hasn't been heard yet, this transcript thing here, pages will be linked so the judge can click and go straight to these pages.
Okay,
right? I just haven't had the opportunity to do it yet.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I think that makes sense that you have the case line page numbers first and the factum.
The other page numbers are totally irrelevant. So you need to get that information and put it somewhere that's usable, right? If you look at, there's a case lines tips and tricks, which the court has.
I know what you're talking about. There's a notice of the profession. Is that the one that you're referring to?
It's
from
called
January?
Case Lines, Hearings, Tips for Counsel and Self-Represented Parties. But it talks about creating an index as a separate document doing what we're talking about here. So I'll just share this with you.
Yeah.
And it says here, create an index of key documents listing case line generated documents. So by uploading your documents into case lines, you may want to create a separate document that has the new case lines page numbers and things like that you could then refer to and help with the judge, right? So if you're for those page numbers issues.
I think the information you provided today is very helpful. It does sound somewhat overwhelming with the case lines, I think, for a lot of people, but I'm hoping that as the technology evolves, it will become more user-friendly.
Oh, I hope so too. I mean, it's once you figure out how to do it, it's very easy to do. It's just very time consuming, and it's not something that you're going to get done in a few minutes. You're going to have to sit down and do this, or if you're in a big firm or something and you have you're going to have people do this for you. But as we discussed in that case that we discussed earlier, you can lose now based on not having navigatable documents. And there's a lot of research and just anecdotal evidence, and the judge will tell you straight, if I'm annoyed with your written submissions, that means navigating, just reading through them or getting to the documents, it puts you at a disadvantage because cognitively you're already I don't want to say biased, that's not the right word, but cognitively
you're saying you want to reduce cognitive strain.
Yeah, the strain is going to make it harder for you to win your case. And if you have to prove something to a judge to win your case, you're making it harder to prove that thing because you're making it harder for the judge to get through what they need to get through. So while it's cumbersome and annoying at this stage of the technology, you just have to do it. So.
Yeah, and I think your comments today are going to be welcomed by many lawyers and self-represented litigants as well, because this is something that many people are struggling with.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope so. And like I said, I hope I'm doing it right. I've sort of, this is like self-taught stuff here. So if there might be judges that prefer it this way, and there might be judges that prefer it that way. But
well, judges should put their comments below in the YouTube.
Yeah.
Joking.
Yes, at this point, I'd like to invite our YouTube viewers, and that includes our fellow colleagues and self-reps and even judges. If you have any additional comments or suggestions, please do leave them in the comments below. And actually, yeah, Dan, I was going to ask you to confirm something again, because remember, Heather and I, we did a video recently, actually, reminding people that when you're talking about case lines, uploading a document case lines, that's not the same thing as filing to the court.
Correct.
Right?
You have to, normally you have to file first, and then you can upload it to case lines. Because just because you can start uploading to case lines, you shouldn't be trying to skirt the rules about proper filing.
Yes.
For example, like if that this amendment to your claim hasn't been accepted by the court or filed, you shouldn't be uploading willy-nilly like amended claims to case lines. So
Yeah,
it
that's
depends
right.
on the document.
And that's why Heather's point before, when I had the case lines page numbers in my factum already, is important, because technically in the normal course, that factum would have been filed and served. You can't go change it when you put it
Yes.
on case line. So I changed those page numbers. If I'd had to file those first, that could be a big problem for me for changing documents around before, after they've been
Yeah.
filed. So
I would
in our
think
case,
yeah.
we were given permission by the judge to do it this way, but that is something to think about. And that's why it becomes all the more important to use that hyperlinking in case lines. And if you want, and what I was even thinking about while I was sort of putting this together, if you leave space in your citations for that hyperlink to go, you sort of in your citations, when you're writing your factum, you write case lines, page number, blank, 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 or just an underline. Then in case lines, you could then put in that link. It'll sit right there. It'll be easy for the judge to.
Right. Or I guess another way to do it, which sounds complicated, so you can correct me, is writing down the case line number on a separate page of paper, like handwritten, with the case line number and then the number in the factum, and then hyperlinking to the number listed on the factum, knowing it's not going to the motion record page 24, it's going to case line number A36.
Right, and that's what that index on the tips that I just showed you recommended that you do. You sort of you have an index of all the important places you want to go. You have those page numbers written down, and you can even upload that to case lines, so you can point it out to the other side of the judge, so they can also have it. Because remember, it's not just you that needs to go to documents; it's everyone in the court, right? So that would be helpful to everyone.
So like a translation page, like the formerly 24 is now A36.
Yes, or the picture of the crime scene, which I'm going to take you to, says page 835, but it's really case lines page A-B-20 250 or whatever, right? So
yeah, even though you can have staff hyperlink all this, I would imagine if you're going to be the one arguing the motion or whatever it is that you're attending, when you go through that process, you're going to be becoming very familiar with where things are in case lines.
yeah, but at the same time, I mean, those cases that we were talking about earlier on this video, they had thousands of pages. It's hard to remember thousands of pages, and especially if someone's bringing something up, that you didn't really consider was going to be raised or something like that. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. And if it starts to frustrate the judge, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. So.
Yeah, maybe next time we can talk about presentation mode, because I've heard in a recent court decision that that's the preferred method of presenting evidence or presenting your case, like bringing the judge to parts of the case.
And on that note, we're going to wrap up, because we're going to look forward to having both of you back for our next installment. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming in today. And thank you, everyone, for watching. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell, so that you can stay notified of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.